Diagnostic review initiated. We are bypassing standard historical records to investigate a severe, localized physics anomaly, currently masquerading as human history. Within the system logs, this event is identified as System Error 1901. In the year 1901, a group of sponge divers off the coast of the Greek island Antikythera intersected with a specific pre-rendered shipwreck file, bringing its contents to the surface. While the artifacts were recovered immediately, the actual system flag wasn't triggered until 1902, when the politician Spiridon Stais began cataloging the assets at the Athens National Museum. Stais found a gear physically fused into the calcified rock, a mechanical precision centuries beyond any other item in that debris. This single fragment forced the system into a massive contradiction, requiring an intended lore backstory that breaks the simulation's own historical rules to account for its existence. The system's official classification for the object is a hand-operated differential gear computer from the 2nd century BC, designed to track planetary movements and predict eclipses decades in advance. This creates a severe out-of-place artifact. The object demonstrates technological knowledge that drastically misaligns with the Hellenistic epoch. The precision of these gears requires mathematical frameworks that the Hellenistic tech tree cannot support. It is a direct chronological violation. To patch this plot hole, Orthodox historians often reference Heron of Alexandria and his designs for simple, wind-driven holy water dispensers. But those simple machines fail to explain the massive leap in complexity required for differential gearing. Because the historical lineage is missing, we have to look past the archaeology and analyze the artifact's raw data. We can begin by running a raw hardware diagnostic on the surviving physical fragments of the machine. Breaking it down, fragments A, C, and D handle main drives and cycles, while E and F provide housing. But when modelers attempt a functional prototype, the math refuses to resolve. Researchers cannot agree on a consistent flow schema. The problem is internal. The mathematical architecture of the fragments directly contradicts the physical paths required for the gears to turn. To force the machine to work, researchers must use gear tooth counts that vary wildly across different models, ranging from as few as 12 teeth on some axes to 224 on others. Because no single mathematical model can reconcile these contradictory tooth counts into a functioning system, the physical reality of the mechanism collapses. It is a machine that refuses to work under the laws of its own geometry. The Antikythera Mechanism was never intended to be a functional machine in the physical world. It was instantly deployed as compressed static lore, placed without running through the physics engine's validation checks. Subjected to underwater erosion algorithms upon spawning, its kinematic chains permanently locked, ensuring the gears were never tested for physical plausibility. The unresolvable gear math points to a singular conclusion. The simulation forced a broken prop into the timeline to serve as background history. If the code for these gears wasn't written in antiquity, we have to look for the era where it actually belongs. The evidence suggests the core reality simulation was initialized during the human epoch known as the Renaissance. During the 14th to 16th centuries, the simulation required a hardware heartbeat to keep its internal time synced. It used the complex mechanical clocks emerging in Europe, like the one in Prague, as physical timestamps for the simulation's processing pulse. System programmers wrote the mathematical calculation scripts for these Renaissance clocks to power the simulation's real-time celestial mechanics. The specific gear code found in the Antikythera Mechanism was written during this Renaissance initialization to power these clocks, not ancient Greece. The anomaly occurred because of a massive tagging error during the mass compilation of the simulation's pre-rendered backstory. A specific asset file, Himmel's Mechanic v1.obj, a functional script for a 15th century clock, became corrupted. The database applied a corrupted timestamp and the wrong texture maps. It followed a flawed execution path, wrapping Renaissance code in ancient Bronze and Old Greek instead of Latin. The engine then dropped this post-Renaissance module into the generated debris of a Hellenistic cargo ship. Modern science is currently attempting to solve a physical puzzle that is actually a copy-paste error in the asset catalog. The Antikythera Mechanism is a permanent, localized glitch, a reminder that our history is written in code.